We're living in a time where people associate Boko Haram with Islam. We're living at a time when people don't think of Imam al-Ghazali or Fakhruddin al-Razi or all of these great giants that went before us. They think of ignorant people, and too many people believe that this is Islam. And that's why we're here. That's what this is about. This is about restoring the centrality of knowledge to our religion. The centrality of knowledge to our religion.
Education doesn't just educate the intellect. No, education is a much more dynamic and holistic, integrative thing. It's an integrative process that helps to integrate the various parts. So if an education does not have anything to do with the spirit of the human being, if it has nothing to do with the psyche of the human being, then it's not, according to Mark Van Doren, really education. This course is to help them map the next 4 years of their education and to think really deeply about what it is that this whole Zaytuna curriculum does and will do, and what they will do with it.
This reading has me on the verge of tears, and it was after reading this quote, and it ties back into what it was that you had just said in reference to the works that we've been engaged in up until this point. They've challenged us, spiritually, they've challenged us intellectually, they've challenged me in ways I've never been challenged before. But Mark Van Doren later on goes to say that the main thing is that there are powers within the person which liberal education and only liberal education can free for use. And this might not mean much to you guys, but it meant a lot to me. I've never really been able to tap into the side of me that this course and that this school has allowed me to tap into.
ذلك هو العنوان، عنوان جميل، زيتونة في الغرب لكنها تحمل مضامين الفضيلة من الشرق وتحمل مضمون العمل من الغرب أيضا.
وأصل القدر سر الله تعالى في خلقه. The essence, right, the foundation, the basis of the divine decree is God's secret within creation. This is Allah's secret. How is it that I can choose on my own accord, but that's in perfect harmony and alignment with a pre-eternal decision, God's pre-eternal decision? It's a secret. It's Allah's secret, and we're not privy to it. We do not have access to that the mind has limits, and this is well beyond the limits of the human intellect. You have to do sajda with the qadr. Does that make sense? The mind has to make a sajda.
After taking Theology 1 and Theology 2, it makes complete sense why comparative religions is the third thing that you take. Because you get Theology 1 and Theology 2 to gain a strong grounding in your own beliefs. And then taking that and running with it and then studying like Hinduism and Confucianism and Jainism and Taoism and Christianity and Judaism, you really realize how similar a lot of them are, but how unique your own tradition is. I can look at these other traditions, I can take whatever wisdom I need, but at the same time be strong in my own faith.
Man is an angelic being. So let's say man is an angelic being. When you would say, no, it isn't, no, it isn't, no, it isn't. They say, yes, it is. Well, obviously you're not going to solve that. You're not going to resolve that argument there on the street. But you will say that no human being is an angelic creature. So what are you doing? You're saying absolutely no member of the species man, right, is an angelic creature. So you're separating, absolutely separating, the predicate angelic creature from the concept man.
this whole idea of being a better person or a better individual or refining our souls, it's not just in Islam. It's in so many other traditions that came before, and I think because we're not exposed to it. And so I think it's amazing because that's where you get your philosophy class. That's where your philosophy class comes in. That's where your logic class comes in. All the Western tradition is so important because it's similar to our tradition. I think that's saying a lot, is that we don't just reject things that we don't know, because you don't know what could be in that is good for you.
So many questions I have about certain things, Western philosophy doesn't have the answers to, but if you understand Aqidah, if you understand the Islamic scholarly tradition of theology, and you understand those arguments, then all of a sudden, some of those questions that were so perplexing before, now you have a clear answer. And it's not like it's a dogmatic answer, it actually makes sense rationally.
The most important and difficult thing is to continue to preserve the authenticity of your Islamic roots. And I would not mean only by that the daily prayers. That's very, very important, of course. I do not mean by that only Islamic ethics. That's also very, very important. But I mean by that also to preserve a mental ambience which is Islamic, in which the realities of Islam can be breathed.
If we don't have committed, knowledgeable, and fearless Muslim youth, we don't have Islam. We have some perversion of Islam. So this is the torchbearer here, Zaytuna. Let there rise among you, right? A group enjoining good and forbidding wrong. And let them start here. They start here in Zaytuna, and then they spread. So that's to me, the ultimate benefit of Zaytuna is that it is a vehicle for sustaining the life of the human spirit.